Let's go. Oh, really? Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely. It is insane DPS. Hey, fun on it, remind me next time when we're at the ship and I'll go over my psychic skills with you. Like, I'll go over my runes and whatnot. I'll show you that more in depth. Get him. Got him. It is insane. It is insane DPS, and it's no heat. If you watch my heat, I generate no fucking heat. Like, barely. Barely any. And then it immediately gets dissipated. Let's go for objective. Seeing as this is time. Fuck you, Warlock. Keep running. Keep on running, Inquisitors. Fucking Plague Ogren. Damn. Well, I think I'm gonna go clean out this cut, as I never probably did so earlier, so I'll be lurking for the time being. Hey, alright, Lil Nost. Thank you for coming and stopping in, man. Appreciate it, dude. Ah. Ah. Do. Damn. Ooh, boy. Yeah, I'll try to go over my tree and my actual like psychic skill book with you. But you make more damage as my sniper at the moment. I don't know if that's good or bad, because my sniper does like shit for damage. I don't know, is sniper the meta right now for DPS? Because I could have swore Psyker was the DPS meta. You guys are killing me triggering all these fucking skulls, man. Stop it. Sniper is only good at bosses. Yeah, and that's the only thing I'm not good at. Like champions and higher, I'm not good at, man. With this build. It's all about the DPS. See, like this Marauder would actually take me a long time to kill if someone did. Oh, got another one. That's awesome. The bummer. Let me know what is next. No worries. For play. Got 2 spots for co-op carries. No worries. Alright. So while we're here, let's go over here to our psychic powers. Now I know my overlay kind of covers this little bit over here, so pay attention to up here. You'll see that my first power, which is my left mouse button, right, is my divine shot. That's, wait, me, I group with you? Okay. Starting game again? Alright. I'll still try to show you what I got over here. Or he's on the ship. In a stasis. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so what you'll see here is my divine shot. The runes that I've got attached to it are reduced cooldown, extra duration, and enhanced effect, right? So it makes my divine shot last longer by 50%, have a 25% cooldown, and a increased effectiveness. So it affects me, and it can also be it is a blessing that bestows temporary bonuses, like the first hit of your target deals 100% damage with whatever attack you're using. Then we got Misfortune, which is a self-blessing as well, that changes the armor category of heavily armored enemies to armored and armored enemies to unarmored against the caster's attacks for 10 seconds. That is really good for champions and higher, like bosses and stuff. It's a really good skill. It's really effective, right? And we've got the same cooldowns on these two right here. Extra duration, reduced cooldown, and enhanced effect, right? For the divinations, both of those have the same set of runes. Now our hemorrhage, that is our purple AoE effect right there. And that purple AoE effect right there is perfect for doing some spot, like right right off the back of an encounter, if you encounter a champion with a bunch of underlings, you use hemorrhage on him, it takes out all the underlings around that champion, and now you're locked into 1-1 combat with him, or 3v1 combat if you're in a group, or however many else, right? So, and what this is doing is it's an AoE effect with I have an increased area effect rune on it, right? So the increased area effect is 25% or adds 1 to the number of targets affected by the skill. This is very good for your hemorrhage effect, right? Because your AoE is a 6-meter radius circle, right? So hallucination is the other. AoE effect large, right? And then hallucination. Applies 40% miss chance and negative 20% movement speed to the target for 5 seconds. So are the targets affected in there that don't die right away just from the hemorrhage AoE damage? All the ones that don't die right off the bat are going to have to suffer a 40% miss chance and a negative 20% movement speed, okay? And affects only against targets with yellow suppression resistance. So if you've been plinking away at something for a while and you use this, it'll most likely apply this hallucination skill to. You have damage over time of bleeding, and then it deals 20% slash damage. Well, deals slash damage equal to 20% of the original hit damage per second for 5 seconds. So whatever you initially hit them with this, you know, whatever this attack does to them, it also deals slash damage equal to 20% of what you did for 5 seconds. So they get the fucking hurt when this skill goes into effect. They are really feeling the hurt. And I also put an increased skill effectiveness on this. I was hoping that the increased effectiveness would proc for the damage over time, and the increased area of effect would obviously proc for the area effect. And then you've also got an increased critical chance of 10% on this. And you do see that come into play a lot. This thing fucking crits a lot. And it's because it hits so many enemies, and because of how I have my AoE skill set up. So we'll go look at our last one of our endurance. Now this is what I get from wearing my Wartbound armor, right? I get my hemorrhage skill from wearing a psychic focus on the belt, right? The little psychic book that you see right there. That's a psychic focus. And now from my armor, I'm getting the endurance, okay? Now you don't necessarily need to have this, but it's really good to have this endurance right here, okay? It's really good to have 20% damage reduction to the caster for 30 seconds, right? 30 fucking seconds of reduced damage. So it's really good. Really, really good. We also have increased skill effectiveness, increased skill duration by 50%, and increased cooldown by 25%. Same cooldowns that we're running on our divinations. Same cooldown, or same runes that we're running on our divinations, we're running on our endurance. And then for our hemorrhage, we're running a AoE rune, a increased effectiveness rune, and a crit rune. So now we can go over here and look at our skills, and I'll show you. I have AoE maxed out. That's something that is pretty much send you a friend request. All right, I'll accept it and invite you in, man.